Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. First week of January is now done. I hope you all had great holidays, got to spend time with family. Myself, yes, my daughters came down for a few days. It was awesome. Got to spend some good quality time with them. Love to visit. They're great girls. And like any other holiday, you have plans and you think things are going to go a certain way. And unfortunately, my younger daughter ended up with strep throat. All is well. She's doing okay. Except what we had planned out on certain days, that just kind of fell off the wayside. And we pretty much had to take a step back, look at the big picture of what is it we're trying to accomplish over these few days that we do have with them and the time that we have off during the Christmas season. And what's the goals? What are we trying to do? Managed to rejig the schedule, figured things out. Everything went fine. Had a great holiday. I was very happy to come back to work and had some good memories. Which brings us to that focus and big picture concept, which is something we do train in vision therapy. Because sometimes we get locked in, get stressed out, and we miss things. I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this, where you're late and you have to rush out. You're looking for your car keys and you can't find them, even though you've walked by them 5 times. And then somebody walks in and goes, oh, they're right here. What happens when we get into those stressful situations, it's almost like we have tunnel vision. Things get compressed. And so instead of seeing the big picture of everything that's around us, the brain just concentrates very focalized onto that thing. So here's the cool concept of why that is that your visual system runs on 2 streams. The one stream is what we call focal meaning very precise. This is your central vision. This is the detailed vision. It lets you see details, colors, shapes. When you read a book, when you're drawing, when you're on the computer, that's the part of the vision that works. Then we have the ambient, the peripheral vision. This lets you know where you are in space. If anything's around you that might be of a concern, it flags it right away for you. That big picture lets you take in more information as opposed to the focal. They're both wonderful. They both serve a wonderful purpose, and as long as they are symbiotic and one's not taking over the other, you have a pretty good system going on. But then when you get into that locked down visual system, it becomes a problem. Do this with me just so I can show you how that is. Cover an eye, and with your other hand, make a tube. How much of the room can you take in with this tube? Now put your hands down, and how much of the room can you take in with your hands down? Quite a bit more. Now imagine you're stuck in this kind of vision, trying to find your keys. Well, now all of a sudden you're searching all over. And what will happen is the brain has to create a series of small snapshots, put them together, and try to create a big picture. The problem, because it's trying to put together a puzzle that might be missing quite a few pieces. So you miss the keys even though you walked by them 5 times. As opposed to taking a step back, looking at the big picture, so you're looking at the picture on the puzzle box. You see all the details. You're able to find the keys. You're able to find what you're looking for. Here's the really little bit mind-blowing thing. How you run your vision directly reflects to how you run your life. Let me repeat that. How you run your vision directly reflects to how you run your life. So if you are someone who is locked into very detail-oriented, you almost lose the forest for the trees. You only see one perspective. It's difficult to consider other options. If another option does present itself, they're usually immediately discounted because you can't see how it fits, because you can't see the big picture. Big picture people, they can draw in more solutions. They tend to be more calm. Sometimes if they're over peripheral, they get a little lost in space and it's hard for them to focus in and attend to certain tasks. It's easy for them to get distracted. So that's where that balance comes in, where sometimes it's good to be a little bit more focal and tune out a little bit that peripheral vision. And sometimes it's better to take that breath, step back, and consider all things that are around you. We train a lot of this because a lot of our patients come in, they have brain injuries, they're stressed out kids who have hard time learning in school, and therefore they are running that tunnel vision hard. And then they struggle. They struggle with balance, they struggle with walking, they struggle with navigating their space, reading, comprehension. And in helping them tune into that area, be able to create that flexibility of expansion and contraction, they then get to control the input. And how they run their vision will directly reflect to how they run their life. They can then navigate those situations that pop up all of a sudden, unexpectedly, that might be overly stressful, and take that breath and take a step back and go, ooh, let me ponder that one. A new option comes in. They're able to consider it instead of pushing it right out of the way because they don't see how it fits. Next week, in my next video, I will teach you a technique that my therapist Cass has developed. It's a lovely technique, can be done anywhere, anytime, that helps you to be more aware of that spatial awareness and how to be able to maintain it even though you're focalizing on a detail in the middle. Stay tuned next week. I'll teach you that technique, and look at yourself. See how you are in different situations. Do you tend to tunnel down? Or are you a little too spacey? Or do you have a good balance? And where? At work, at school, at home? Do you find a difference? Let me know in your comments. Have a good week, guys. Happy January.